Hi there, welcome. So I am joining you from the Sequoia National Park. It is so beautiful out here. Just kind of came down from the mountain and heading into Kernville. I don't know if you guys are familiar, a little town. Yeah, so I've been kind of swirling around the Pacific Crest Trail and doing some pop-up yoga classes for the hikers. So the Pacific Crest Trail goes from Mexico to Canada. I'm not even joking you. And where I'm at right now, they have just come out of the desert. So they finished hiking through the Mojave forever and ever, like 700 miles. And they are now about to head into the Sierras, and they're headed up to summit Mount Whitney. So these people are incredibly inspiring. They've been carrying around these like super heavy backpacks for like days and days, and they'll do miles and then they'll wake up and do it again the next day. So I always talk about in my classes about this showing up for yourself, like the determination, like just the no matter what's going on, just to continue to stay with your practices, with the things that feed you, no matter what. And so hi there, welcome. I was just sharing, I was kind of following the Pacific Crest Trail and giving some classes for the hikers. So I was inspired just to pop on here and show you guys, because even if you're not actually doing the Pacific Crest Trail, I know as the summer months start coming, a lot of us like to go get outside and be active and go on and adventures and hikes. So these muscles, these are our mover muscles. We have our hamstrings, our glutes, our low back. This part of our body kind of gets us from place to place, and it's working super hard for us. So I'm just going to offer a short little sequence, a few stretches that you can do anytime. So if you are feeling a little sore after a hike or biking, any kind of outdoor activity, something like that, this is something that you could do after that could really help you out. So let's just go ahead and find ourselves lying on our back just for a second here. Bring yourself down to the mat, plant your feet on the ground, and just adjust your shoulders a little bit. Make sure your shoulders feel even. You can push your feet into the floor, lift up your hips, and then flatten your low back to the ground. So you're trying to like squish out that little space of air at your low back. So just from here, feeling your feet planted on the ground and your body being held by the mat. Now go ahead and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So allowing the weight of your right leg to just drop down. And this might be enough. So you're already getting a big rotation into your hip joint. So this area of the body gets really dense and compact due to like all of the movement from hiking, but also the compression of your body weight and gravity pressing down. So if this feels tender and this feels like a good enough stretch, you can stay with your foot on the floor. If you want a little more, guide your legs towards you. You can interlace your hands behind your hamstring, or you can bend your knee and grab for the top of your shin. It just kind of depends on your anatomy, your range of motion. Just make sure that both of your shoulders feel even to the ground. So if you're rolling to one side or the other, see if you can even out your weight. Tuck your chin a little bit and lengthen the back of your neck. And as you guide your legs towards you, slowly, gently press your right knee away. And sometimes in our yoga practice, we call this supine pigeon or figure four. And you're getting that big rotation in your right hip, little compression on the left side, and you're creating length and traction between the spaces in your spine. So any one of these postures you're welcome to hold as long as you want. I'm just going to give you a little quick overview, but feel free to like take these tools and use them however you need them. So you could hold this from anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes, just releasing your muscles and allowing your body to kind of drop into it. We'll be moving on though. So release your knee, just bring your left foot to the ground. Cactus your arms palm facing up. So you're gonna keep your right ankle crossed over your left thigh. Just scooch your hips over to the right and drop your legs to the left. So you're coming into a bit of a supine twist. You want your right foot and the outside edge of your left thigh on the ground. And then you can look up, or you can turn your head towards one or the other shoulder, just whatever feels good in your body. And the idea is you're gonna press your right knee away from you. So just kind of deepening that hip rotation. You're helping to mobilize your hip joints here, helping to break up any blockages that the compression creates. And also in this practice, as we're using it for kind of a tonic or a treatment for hiking, just thinking about like the determination that hiking involves. Like sometimes you have a hill that you're climbing up, or a few more miles that you need to go through, and there comes a point when you just kind of you buckle down. So there's this kind of determined energy, this yang energy in our hiking, in our more active lifestyle, but in our yoga we want to find the opposite. So if you're striving, see if you can just release. So rather than trying to force your legs, see if you can just relax the muscles a little bit and allow the posture to do the work. Slowly make your way to your backside. So plant your feet on the ground, even out your hips. And we'll work into the other side. So just crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. So once again, just dropping the weight of your leg down. This might be enough. If you want a little more, you can bring your legs towards you, interlace your hands behind your hamstring, or you can grab for the top of your shin. And just make sure that both of your shoulders are even. Tuck your chin a little bit, feel the back of your neck nice and long. Top of your head stretching away from your tailbone, guide your legs towards you. You may find a little bit of a stretch as you press your left knee away. Once you feel the depth of the stretch, release the striving and just kind of brace yourself in the position, relaxing and softening your muscle bellies. So like I said, any of these poses you can hold for time, or you can just do a quick little stretch. You can receive a lot of benefit from just a little bit. Let's release. So bringing your foot to the ground, cactus your arms. Keep your legs like they are. Scoot your hips to the left and drop your legs over to the right. So now the sole of your left foot and the outside edge of your right leg, your right thigh, are on the ground. You want to press your left knee away from you until you feel that edge. A little bit of a dull, achy sensation. You can keep your gaze up, or maybe you turn your head. Just make sure you're relaxing any strain. You're releasing the tension. And slowly coming out. Guide your knees into your chest, rocking back and forth, just massaging your low back. You can even take big circles with your knees. You can roll out your ankles and your toes. So all of this free movement helps to break up the blockages that happen in your hips, your low back, and your legs. So these joints all connect and they can get a little bit stuck sometimes. Make your way up to a comfortable seat. And then find your way into tabletop position. So we're gonna find our hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Top of your head stretching away from your tailbone. Moving through cat-cow. Inhale for cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your gaze. You're trying to dip your belly towards the ground, finding a nice little compression in your lower back. Lift your chin and see if you can stretch your throat. So imagine when you're hiking, you're looking down at the trail often. And then if you are carrying a backpack, whether it's heavy or not, you're kind of shrugging your shoulders down a lot. So this is a really helpful posture for taking that in reverse, a little counter pose. Full breath in. Exhale, cat. Press the mat away from you. Poof up your shoulders. Round your spine, stretching your entire back line. If you want, you can even tuck your toes into the ground and get some stretch for the bottoms of your feet. Definitely may feel a little tender from those miles. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale for cat. Press the mat away from you. Find a neutral spine. We're gonna come up into downward facing dog, and this seems to be the hiker favorite. So tucking your toes, sending your hips up and back. So the common complaint is really tight Achilles. I think your calf muscles are working really, really hard every time you're like trudging yourself up the hill. So it's constantly pulling on this tendon, which is pulling on your calcaneus, your heel bone. So this can be a really helpful activity. So you're just gonna kind of pedal out your feet a little bit, maybe even dipping your hips a little side to side. And this is one that you can even do like on the trail. So if you're feeling like, oh my God, my calves, my heels, this area is just like really loud, really like yelling at you, then take a few of these. You can even kind of pause if there's a spot that you want to breathe into. Just want to make sure that you're kind of listening to yourself. That's the key thing. And then another benefit to this shape is that you're bringing your head below your heart. So when you are hiking or doing your outdoor activities, your head is on top of your body, which is mostly anyway. And so the weight of your head and gravity is kind of pressing down on your cervical spine, on your whole spinal column. And this is also helping to get some blood flow up into your brain. So let's just find a still down dog. Bend your knees, send your hips high to the sky, press your chest back towards your thighs, and then come on down to your knees. Find a seat. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining me for this short little sequence for hikers. So I'm going to be doing more of these classes, but if you don't really need to do a whole mega to receive the benefits. Just a few poses, just getting some circulation and blood flow into the body can be super helpful. So have fun out there. I hope you are enjoying getting outside in nature, enjoying some trees, some mountains, some water, whatever it is. And yeah, just let me know if you need anything. I'm going to drop a link to my email list below and also my YouTube channel if you want to stay in touch. I am filming yoga classes and doing all these hiker projects wherever I go. So I'd love to take you with me. Yeah, so subscribe to my email list or my YouTube channel and I'll drop those links below. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.